Interview 1.
Welcome to Workplace Dynamics. Today, we're discussing the benefits of remote work with Ms. Alice, an HR specialist. Ms. Alice, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Remote work has become more popular in recent years, especially during and after the pandemic. What do you think are the main benefits of working remotely?
There are several key benefits to remote work. One of the biggest is flexibility. Employees can work from anywhere, whether that's from home, a cafe, or even while traveling. This can help reduce commuting time, which in turn reduces stress and allows employees to spend more time with their families. Another major benefit is increased productivity. Many studies have shown that remote workers often get more done because they're not distracted by office environments. They have more control over their schedules, which allows them to work during their most productive hours.
That's interesting. What about employers? How do they benefit from offering remote work options?
Employers benefit in several ways. First, remote work allows companies to hire from a broader talent pool. They're not limited by geographic location, so they can attract top talent from all over the world. Additionally, remote work can save companies money on office space, utilities, and other overhead costs. It also leads to happier employees, which can result in lower turnover rates and increased employee satisfaction.
Are there any challenges to remote work?
Yes, of course. One of the main challenges is maintaining clear communication. Without face-to-face interactions, it can be harder to build strong relationships with colleagues and managers. Another issue is the risk of employees feeling isolated or disconnected from their teams. That's why it's important for companies to implement strong communication tools and regularly schedule virtual meetings to keep everyone connected.
What advice would you give to someone who is new to remote work?
I'd recommend setting up a dedicated workspace and sticking to a routine. It's easy to blur the lines between work and personal life when you're working from home, so having a structured schedule helps. Also, take breaks and stay in contact with your colleagues to avoid feeling isolated. Interview 2.
Welcome to Auto Trends. Today, we're discussing the future of electric cars with Mr. David, an automotive industry expert. Mr. David, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Electric cars are becoming more popular every year. What do you think is driving this trend?
There are several factors contributing to the rise of electric cars. First, there's increasing awareness about the environment. Many people are looking for ways to reduce their carbon footprint, and electric cars produce zero emissions, making them an attractive option for environmentally conscious consumers. Additionally, governments around the world are offering incentives for people to buy electric cars, such as tax credits and subsidies. Another factor is advancements in battery technology, which have improved the range and performance of electric vehicles, making them more practical for everyday use.
What are some of the challenges electric cars face?
One of the biggest challenges is the charging infrastructure. While it's improving, there are still not enough charging stations in many areas, especially in rural locations. Another challenge is the higher upfront cost of electric cars compared to traditional gasoline-powered vehicles. However, as battery technology continues to advance and economies of scale kick in, we should see prices come down in the near future. The final challenge is consumer education. Some people are still hesitant to switch to electric vehicles because they're unfamiliar with how they work or they're worrying about range anxiety.
How do you see the future of electric cars?
I believe electric cars will continue to grow in popularity, especially as more manufacturers commit to phasing out gasoline-powered vehicles in the coming decades. We're also likely to see improvements in charging infrastructure and even faster charging times. In the long run, electric vehicles will become the norm rather than the exception.
What advice would you give to someone considering buying an electric car?
I'd recommend doing your research and considering your daily driving needs. If you have access to a charging station at home or work, and your daily commute is within the range of most electric vehicles, then an electric car could be a great option. Also, look into any government incentives that could make the purchase more affordable.
Interview 3.
Welcome to Health Innovations. Today, we're talking about the role of artificial intelligence in healthcare with Dr. Emily, a specialist in medical technology. Dr. Emily, Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
AI has been making waves in many industries, but healthcare seems to be one area where it's having a particularly big impact. Can you tell us how AI is being used in healthcare?
AI is transforming healthcare in many ways. One of the most important applications is in diagnostics. AI algorithms can analyze medical images like X-rays, CT scans, and MRIs to detect abnormalities, such as tumors, at an early stage. This helps doctors make more accurate diagnoses and start treatment earlier. AI is also being used to predict patient outcomes and personalize treatment plans based on an individual's medical history and genetic profile.
That's fascinating. Are there any other ways AI is improving healthcare?
Yes, AI is also helping to streamline administrative tasks in hospitals and clinics. For example, AI can be used to schedule appointments, manage patient records, and even assist with billing and insurance claims. This allows healthcare professionals to spend more time focusing on patient care rather than paperwork. Additionally, AI is being used in drug discovery, where it can analyze huge amounts of data to identify potential new treatments much faster than traditional methods.
What challenges does AI face in healthcare?
One of the main challenges is ensuring that AI systems are accurate and reliable. Healthcare is a high-stakes field, and mistakes can have serious consequences, so it's crucial that AI algorithms are thoroughly tested and validated. Another challenge is data privacy and security. Medical data is highly sensitive, and it's essential that AI systems are designed to protect patient privacy.
What advice would you give to healthcare providers who want to adopt AI in their practices?
I'd recommend starting with small, manageable applications and gradually expanding as the technology becomes more integrated. It's also important to provide proper training for staff to ensure they're comfortable using AI tools. Lastly, always prioritize patient privacy and ensure that any AI system you use complies with all legal and ethical standards.